Hey, everybody. I'm just working on setting up some stuff. Sorry, I'm kind of dragging a little bit, which is usually par for the course for me. That and me, I can't get this music to find like a good middle ground. It's either blasting in my ear or it's so low that I know you folks can't hear it. It's Game Chop's live Game Chop radio. You can find a link to the live stream I'm currently listening to and you're listening to down in the description of this live stream. Hey, Ariana. Oh, I always stress. From the second I wake up to the second I go to bed, I'm stressed. Such is the life with anxiety. But please let me know if I'm too loud in your ear or if the music is too loud or too quiet. We're going to be playing some hardcore today. Also, in the description of the live stream is, yeah, I'm chronically stressing all the time. The Tiltify, my charity Tiltify page is down in the description of this video as well. I will be streaming December 9th from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're trying to raise $500 for World Central Kitchen. I should have a nice compact little video coming out on my channel with all the particulars about the live stream and the charity event in the next day or two, hopefully. Because I really want to try and get as much attention as I can on that live stream. That way we can hopefully raise a whole bunch of money for World Central Kitchen and help a ton of people out. Alright, I can't believe I haven't been on this live, or this hardcore world since the end of August, but that is right around when I had my surgery, so my surgery was a week after the 26th, I want to say. And if folks don't remember, we're on the Mushroom Island, like it says on my, in the title of this. Mushroom Island, yes please. It's probably the only way I'm ever going to survive in a hardcore world, is on a Mushroom Island. I also hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I hope you're having a wonderful day, Ariana. I know it's early. For a lot of us, it's only 11 where I'm at on the East Coast. Yep, you showed up when I was struggling to try and make hardcore a thing for myself, and we lucked out and found this Mushroom Island in the middle of a cold ocean biome, which will be nice because we'll have tons of ice for all sorts of activities. But at some point I know I started digging a tunnel down so I could do like a mine shaft, but I don't think I got that far. It's 8 a.m. I've been up for like 20 minutes, but these streams always make my weekends better. I really appreciate that. These streams make my weekend a little bit better too. Gives me something fun to look forward to in between working all week. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna need a couple more pickaxes if I'm gonna get down to anywhere important and hopefully run into a cave under us. I should probably make, you know what? I should make a fishing rod, because I don't really have any other food yet. And then at least we can go fishing and get food, because I don't think 3 cooked salmon's gonna get us very far. Here's to hoping we run into a cave pocket. You know, that's a really good point. If I get lucky while fishing, I might be able to get like an enchanted rod or maybe a couple of enchanted books or something. I don't fish very often in Minecraft, so I totally forget that that's a thing. Even though, like, I'm in Minecraft groups on Facebook, and there's so many people that that's all they do in Minecraft is just fish. Sounds pretty relaxing, though. I feel like if I was gonna fish for that long, I'd probably go actually fishing. But I don't think if you go fishing in real life, you'll get a chance of pulling an enchanted fishing rod or a golden apple. Oh, come on. We've got to run into a cave at some point, right? We're at 36, and I haven't hit anything yet. That's so wild to me. I'm wondering if it's night, too. Fishing in Minecraft can be really nice, especially if you build a little spot for yourself. It's more relaxing than Terraria's fishing. Yeah, I could see that. Build a little fishing hut somewhere by the sea. That could be pretty relaxing. Okay, so I got wood. Should make some more chests. Because a lot of this stuff is just starting to pile up in this chest next to the bed, and I prefer to keep that kind of neat, I guess. Can only sleep at night or during thunderstorms. It'll be night soon, and then I'll be able to sleep. Oh, why didn't you connect to the other one? Silly. There we go. Oh, jeez. There we go. So we'll put all the stone type stuff in here. And we'll put the sand there. And we'll put dirt here. And then we'll have wood products over in this one. Is it gonna let me sleep now? Silly box, it's not a barrel, exactly. Minecraft deemed it was dark enough for me to sleep, so we slept. And now we're gonna continue digging, see if we can actually get to somewhere substantial. I'm hoping I don't just continue to dig all the way down to negative, 55 or whatever, and don't hit a single cave pocket. Yeah, I'm hoping December 9th at 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm really hoping that our Bring the Buffalove to Thankmas live stream goes really well. I have high hopes. Me and Rose are gonna find some fun games. We still have to look into how much Goat Simulator might cost, because that's one of the games we're still considering playing. And I'm gonna be doing Truth or Dab, and possibly eating really spicy hot sauce. I'm thinking of doing that where, like, for every $5 donated, or like every $10 donated, I'll pull a Last Dab, like Truth or Dab card, and then answer it, or potentially do a hot sauce little dab. But I was thinking either $5 or $10 for that. And then if you donate $20 or like $25, that'll guarantee that I do a little dab of hot sauce. And just subject myself to really spicy hot sauce for 12 hours. I appreciate that, Ariana. And yeah, it's a good day to have it on a Saturday, because obviously most people aren't working, or a lot of people aren't working rather. But it does have a chance of coinciding with other stuff like birthdays and holiday parties. But even just stopping by and chatting for a while, I really appreciate it. And if you want to share the link to my Tiltify, or in the coming days I'll be setting up the live stream link, and then people can just share the live stream link if they want. If you want to share it with your friends and kind of get the word out, you can do that too. And you can always donate if you want to, but don't feel obligated to, because I totally get it, being poor myself, that sometimes you don't necessarily have the money to donate. But even helping with awareness is definitely as important as donating. Because I don't want anybody to feel like they have to donate and like put yourself out. Oh, now we're getting lo-fi Mando music. All right. I'm really happy that you're considerate about it. I mean, I totally get it. I'm poor. Like, I don't shy away from that. I'm poor. I totally get it. And I'll never try and, like, force people to feel like they have to donate. I'm good enough at budgeting. I wish I was better at budgeting. That it should be find a spare bit. Plus, I always like donating to charities. I do too, if I have the monetary ability to donate to a charity, which I will be donating a little bit on December 9th. I'll be setting a little bit of money between now and then away to donate myself. But even if you can't, like, trying to donate time to a charity is also great. I used to volunteer at a food pantry back in my hometown, which it didn't actually start out as like, oh, I wanted to do a good thing. It started out as community service because I was a little shit ass and got into some trouble being a kid in a small rural town with not much to do, as you can imagine. Oh, aquifer? Oh yes, aquifer. Oh, Java has the door trick, doesn't it? This might actually be pretty good. But, yeah, it started as, I had to do community service, so I did it at a food pantry. It was a lot of community service, so I did some at a food pantry, and then the rest I did at St. Vincent de Paul's, which is like a thrift store. And I actually really enjoyed donating time after the fact to the food pantry, because the people that like ran the food pantry were really nice, and a lot of the people that would come in and get like monthly donations of food were always really nice too. So it felt nice to give back to my community and give back to those around me. So yeah, Sophie lore, yes. I am definitely not an angel, but I'm not a devil either. But I don't think anyone is. I think we're all a bit of both, I guess. But I was definitely a giant shit ass when I was a kid, because I grew up in a rural part of Western New York outside of Buffalo, and there wasn't anything to do at all. And usually when you're a teenager or a young kid in a town, in a rural area, and there isn't a whole lot to do in a rural city, you usually end up getting in trouble, because inevitably there isn't a whole lot to do. So you or one of your friends comes up with a really stupid idea, and you're all stupid children. So of course you inevitably decide to do the stupid idea because you're stupid children, and then or stupid teenagers, and then you end up getting in trouble. So I'm lucky it turned out as well as it did for me, and I think that has a lot to do with the people I got in trouble with. New people and their families knew people, and small towns are like that, where someone might know a judge, or someone might be friends with a sheriff or something, and then of course people get talked to and things get lessened. It's wild. I could go on so many random tangents about all this crap. Not even just about me personally, just society in general. Well, I hope you have some coffee or an energy drink or something to keep you awake. Or wake you up, because I know you said you've only been up for like 20-30 minutes. I wish I could sleep. Oh, and that's not to make anybody feel bad who can sleep, it's just I miss sleep a lot. This coffee's pretty good for being pre-ground Folgers stuff. Well, we hit deep slate in that aquifer, and we still haven't found a cave system. Like, I know there's this crack over here, but it is also an aquifer, so... Oh, don't worry, I'm up. I'm lucky enough not to need too much sleep, so after getting a good amount, I can just be awake. I would be lying if I said I ever knew what that felt like, even as like a teenager. I've never slept well my entire life. It's weird. So the idea of just like getting a good amount of sleep and then just being awake is such a weird concept to me, because it takes so long for like my brain to kick off the cobwebs and for me to be awake. I'm I'm actually very thankful. I've never felt the need to have caffeine. Yeah, yeah. I drink, I don't drink as much coffee now as I used to. I used to drink a lot more coffee. I cut down a ton because obviously coffee in moderation, like most things, can be good for you or like be neutral for you, but too much coffee and too much caffeine can definitely be really bad for your heart and really bad just in general. So I started to cut down a lot, and now I usually have about 2 cups of coffee a day, usually in the morning, and I rarely will drink coffee after like 4 o'clock because I'm an old person now, and if I drink coffee past like 5, I will inevitably have heartburn at like 8, 9 o'clock at night because I was foolish and had coffee at 5:30. Ariana or anyone else who might be in chat, got any fun plans for the holiday coming up? Food Day, as I call it, because we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving per se, but we definitely eat some really good food, because I will always take a really convenient excuse to eat lots and lots of food, especially if it's really good food. Because I like cooking and I like eating good food. Oh, got a free apple for my troubles. Is that a sheep? Nope. I'm seeing things. Just ice. I gotta go harvest our sugarcane here in a couple of minutes. Look at all them fishies. Oh, another apple. I'll take it. Oh, not heartburn, that's the worst. But I am glad you're able to regulate yourself and still feel fine. Yeah. Yeah, heartburn is definitely a bunch of bullshit. But luckily we keep Tums. We keep Tums on hand here in the house, and that usually helps. I think we're stopping by a relative's house. I don't know for how long, since it kind of risks getting sick, and with my weak immune system and my relative's lack of masks and stuff, it might be short. That's totally understandable. I'm also immunocompromised, and so I don't really go out much, and I don't really talk to many people. We're doing a Thanksgiving like food here. Me and my partner and my roomie Rose are cooking food for ourselves and for her partner. But you definitely gotta stay safe. Just sneak in like a ninja, grab the whole pumpkin pie and half the turkey, and just like dip out the kitchen door and just sit in your car and like unhinge your jaw and just swallow the entire turkey whole. Or the entire half turkey, because it's not a whole turkey. Yeah, it should be a nice little day. We're hoping for a good day. Doing a turkey and homemade cranberry sauce and stuffing, Brussels sprouts, mashed potatoes and turkey gravy, and doing a pumpkin pie and an apple pie. Oh shit, I forgot to get Italian bread for the stuffing. For my partner. I knew I forgot something at the grocery store this morning, but it's not my fault. It wasn't on the grocery list. If it's not on the grocery list, then I'm absolved of forgetting things because it needs to be on the list. There's probably enough food because of how many people there are. They might not notice if a little goes missing. Exactly. See, I come from a really big extended family, so growing up, our Thanksgiving were usually like 25 to 30 people. It's real easy for food to go missing, especially like entire pies. You can just disappear a pie, especially if there are animals around. You can blame it on the animal, which it might not be the nicest thing in the entire universe to blame it on the poor animals, but also at the same time it covers your ass. I guess write it down quick. Yeah, I remembered now. Doesn't help me until I go to the store again, which will probably be tomorrow. Luckily we have a grocery store like 5-6 blocks from here, so it's not a bad walk. Totally forgot what I was doing there for a sec. First things first. Because I'm tired of having to remember to close these doors behind me. So we're gonna go like that. I also think... You can never have enough crafting benches, right? I feel like that's true. You can never have enough. Here, we'll just throw it in the corner. Me too. I think mine are usually 20 to 40 people. It's fun, although I get exhausted easily, so I always get tired when around people. Yeah, people can definitely be a little energy draining, especially family, or like blood family, can be really draining. I always thought it was weird that that there is that distinction between like your chosen family and your blood family. So I feel like my chosen family sometimes treats me a little bit better than maybe my extended family does or did, but I digress. We should be thankful for everybody we have. That's nice, I guess. Never done this before. Do I just set it down? Will it let me set it down? How? Okay. And then I just open the door and I stand in it, right? What nonsense. This is sheer nonsense. This should not be a thing. This should absolutely not be a thing. Okay, so go like this. Give me those. No. Oh, you son of a bitch. I also find it strange how much that distinction can matter to some people, but you're right. Everyone should be important if you care about each other at all. Exactly. Yeah, before I switched to doing legal notices for our newspaper, I used to do obituaries and in memoriams, and we used to chuckle, and I'm sure they still laugh about it, that people who put in obituaries like step grandchildren, like, oh, they're survived by their 9 children, their 8 grandchildren, like 4 stepchildren, 18 great stepchildren, and it's like, at that point, like, if these people matter enough to you to put in your obituary, like the last thing that's ever usually written about people, and you take the time to make a distinction between, like, oh, these are my children and these are my stepchildren, these are my, you know, my cousins and my step cousins, it's like, doesn't matter. Like, why are we making such a, like, granular distinction between, like, all of that? I don't understand it. It makes me laugh when you see, like, someone died at 100 years old and they had 14 children, and of course those 14 children had 36 more children, and then those 36 children had 48 more children, and then it's like, can't you just say, like, survived by their loving children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren? Some people see it as, like, a note of pride, how many, like, what's the number? Like, it's 42 great-grandchildren. Gotta have the 42 in there so everybody knows, you know, it's 42 and not 13 or 24 great-grandchildren. Sorry, I go on a lot of tangents. That's what people get when they come to my channel, is tangents. Sorry about the loud crinkling, I'm opening a fruit and grain bar. It's one of the things, the tangents is one of the things that made me realize that maybe my mind didn't operate exactly the same way as most other people's minds. And, like, helped me recognize that, hey, you might have ADHD or, like, OCD or both and other things going on. Because most people just have, like, linear thought processes. And they go from point A to point B to point C. And then there's my brain that goes, like, point A to point D to point F, back to point B, and then over to C. Because, like, my brain sees all the different connections between the different thoughts I might be having about certain subjects or different things, and it's just interesting. Yeah, I don't understand the distinction in, like, obituaries and stuff, or just in general. Like, if they're your cousins, they're your cousins. If they're your siblings, they're your siblings. saying they're like your stepchildren or your step siblings just feels like you're trying to make a delineation between them and you, and then that just seems like a superiority thing, or like I have to be somehow consciously or subconsciously like better than my step siblings because they're not actually my, you know, parents' children or whatever. And that's just weird. Whether people realize they're doing that or not, or if it's just like a subconscious, unintentional thing, it's always very weird. I think I do, but because I tried getting diagnosed in high school and I didn't know enough, I think getting diagnosed now would be really hard. It can be really hard to get diagnosis as an adult, to be diagnosed as neurodivergent. I didn't get diagnosed or have anyone even in therapy or anything tell me like, hey, this might be a thing that you might want to look into, until I started therapy about a year and a half ago. And then it like started to be a thing that me and my therapist talked about a little bit, like, hey, this might be something that you might want to look into, or that might be not necessarily the answer to what's going on with you, but like part of the overall question. Sorry, I gotta mess with something real quick, so I'm throwing up I had to mess with my computer settings a little bit, so I threw up my thumbnail. So you're gonna stare at my thumbnail for a sec. And then we'll be back in like not even 2 seconds. I wish I could figure out why I can't just get Java to stay up. Because if I click on anything that isn't the Java Minecraft, it will like close out my minimize the Minecraft, and it's just annoying. I've gone into the Java settings, I can't figure it the hell out. So, it is what it is. I have that issue where no matter how much I want to do something or enjoy it, I just struggle and can't get myself to do it at all. It's really frustrating and feels like I can't explain to anyone. I totally get that. It's the biggest reason why I've struggled getting back into like video editing and actually making like video content and like time lapses and stuff. Is after my surgery, I obviously had to just relax and take time to start feeling better, and it got to a point where I just started feeling bad, I guess, about myself, or like started having like not necessarily negative thoughts, but like just feeling down on myself, because I really like making video content. I really like editing and doing stuff like that. And then you just get to a point where you're like, I know I want to do this. I know I want to edit videos and I want to make video content and time lapses and do stuff like that, and not just do the Saturday live streams. But it's like motivating myself to do those things can be really difficult. You're not alone in feeling like that. A lot of people feel that way. Feeling bad about not doing anything, and that making it harder to actually do it, so it kind of loops in a really hard to break way. Yeah. But I did record some content, some videos yesterday that should be coming out on the channel. One where I literally, it's only like 4 or 5 minutes long, but it's just me being open and honest, like, hey, where have I been the last 2.5 months when it comes to videos? This is where I've been. I had surgery. I had hernia surgery. I spent 6 to 8 weeks recovering. I couldn't really sit in a computer chair. And also, like, hey, BT dubs, I I have ADHD, so I lose focus easily, but also get hyper fixated on things sometimes, and it's hard to find a balance between those two, where instead of hyper fixating on like digging out parts of Dwarfhausen, I should focus on maybe doing video content or time lapses, or I have buildings that I want to build in the seaside village outside of Dwarfhausen that I just haven't gotten to, and it can be a balancing act trying to find a way to keep myself motivated, but also don't get so hyper fixated on something that I'm not paying attention to anything else. Especially because I have a tendency of, I want everything to be perfect. And I also realize that things can't be perfect, but I want them to be perfect. So it can be difficult trying to remind myself that things aren't going to be perfect, and that's okay. But I can try and make them as good as possible, or as good as I possibly can, and that should be fulfilling enough. And then it's just trying to remind myself of that. So it's all a very slow process, but I've got a video like that coming out where I talk about my ADHD a little bit and where I've been, what the plan is moving forward. I talk about the live stream that we're going to be doing on December 9th from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. People are going to get tired of hearing me say that. But, so I have that. That should be coming out. I'm doing a tour video of Dynasty and going to take a look at all of the stuff that I've built over the last 6 months. And then I'll have the donation video coming out where I talk specifically about the live stream on December 9th and what my plans are for that and how excited I am to raise some money for Thankmas, because I am really excited about that. So I'm hoping I'll find the motivation. Winter is usually a time when people don't find a lot of motivation and you go into like hibernation mode. But I've always found that I try to be more motivated in winter because I realize that like I can't go outside, so I might as well focus on what I'm trying to do in like Minecraft, or what I'm trying to do in different video games, or try to focus on things like that. So I'm hoping I can get back into the swing of things. Especially I have a plan for a build that I've never done anything like this really, where I'm going to be rebuilding a building from another video game in Minecraft, down at the seaside village on Dynasty. So that should be really fun too. It's very understandable and sounds like a struggle. I hope you can let yourself enjoy things when you do them rather than stress on them. I'm trying, and I feel like that's a big thing in general, not only just with me, but a lot of people that maybe are neurodivergent or have issues like that. Trying to enjoy things while you're doing it and not stress about it, especially with the editing. Like, I genuinely do enjoy editing things and like putting different pieces together to make a video, but I also stress myself out if the clips aren't exactly the way I want them to be, and that stress part is definitely something I need to work on. So I really do appreciate the reminder. That's really interesting. I hope your plans go well and you feel good while doing them. Yeah, I really wish we could choose what we fixate on too, honestly. Because I really wasn't planning on spending as much time not making videos. After I had my surgery, I knew I would have a little bit of downtime, so I wanted to start digging out Dwarfhausen. And then my brain just literally went like pickaxe go brrrr, and my brain just couldn't stop. It was like, no, this is what we're focused on and fixated on right now, is we want to dig this all out. And finally, almost 2.5 months later, we're actually at a point where Dwarfhausen is pretty much dug out, and we're laying the wool outlines and stuff for where all the builds are gonna go and the columns and all the other structures. So I'm getting to the fun part of Dwarfhausen, which is probably gonna be a lot more video content in that way, but it should be fun. I just didn't expect my brain to be like, pickaxe go brrrr, and then just make me like fixate on digging this all out and getting it all dug, because my brain was like, no, I have this vision for how I want this laid out and how I want it to look, and I'm not, like, my brain wouldn't let me wouldn't let me stop until it was done. It was just like, must dig, brrr, over and over again. And now here we are. But it is actually kind of nice to take a break from the Dynasty and working on Dwarfhausen and be back here in the hardcore world. It's kind of nice. It's starting to come together and set up, and it looks amazing and would definitely make for good highlights or showcases. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm planning on doing a couple of, like, oh my god, what are they called? I'm planning on doing a couple of shorts, just like showing it off really quickly to people, like, hey, we dug through an entire mountain. It's a huge accomplishment, or a huge undertaking, rather. I don't necessarily know if it's an accomplishment, or if it just is a good example of how insane we are that we decided to dig out an entire mountain. But we have dug out the entire mountain, pretty much. And the plan now is to actually fill it with things. So we're gonna do a I'm gonna do a giant parkour course in a hanging garden at level 110, and then we're gonna have a small 3-layered maze down at -50. I'm gonna be doing a 3-level maze. It's not gonna be giant, but it's gonna be like 3 levels high, and it's gonna be an intricate maze, and you'll be able to win prizes through that. With the hanging garden parkour course, if you parkour all the way up to the top, you'll be able to win a prize there. I'm doing a scavenger hunt style little mini game on -10 that's going to involve having to go down different mining tunnels and avoiding waking up the Balrog, which, if you know Tolkien, the Balrog is the thing that Gandalf fights in Moria, or Khazad-dûm. That is an example of a Balrog. So the Balrog in Dwarfhausen is going to be wardens, because we have 2 shriekers at -10 that are still active. So I'm going to try and rig up some redstone where if you trip things, it'll make it so where you could potentially set off one of those shriekers and potentially spawn in a warden, and then have to deal with trying to run away from the warden and not be able to get to the prize you're trying to find through the scavenger hunt. So a lot of really big ideas, honestly. It's the biggest project I've ever done. It's the biggest thing I've ever built. I've never dug out anything like this before, so I'd call it an accomplishment. It may be insane, but it's still a challenge you completed. It is. It is insane. It is definitely a challenge that we completed to a certain degree. Phase 1 of it anyways. Which Dynasty, in its entirety, and I didn't really realize it until I did the oh my gosh, until I recorded my 6-month tour video that I recorded yesterday and should have coming out in the next few days. I never realized exactly how much we've accomplished in 6 months, because we built an entire village with Highland Heights, and then we're going to we did Highland Heights, the entire village there. Rose built an entire, like, natural garden underneath the ground, underneath the village called Kaiju Caverns. And I built the entire industrial district. We've done a lot at Dwarfhausen, and it is really, I say it in the video, or I should, I haven't edited it yet, but it can be a really smart idea if you find yourself getting like roadblock or idea block when it comes to Minecraft. Just take a tour around your area. Take a tour at all the stuff you've done, and it can be really motivating to see like, hey, I built all of this stuff. I've done all of these things already, and it can get the ideas flowing again on like what future builds might be. Or you might get an idea for something to update an existing build, or you might get an idea for like infrastructure between your different areas, between your different builds, like roads and minecart tracks and, you know, nether highways and stuff along those lines. So it was very motivating walking around yesterday and taking a look at everything. I really hope people like kind of having a tour video kind of catch people up to speed if they're curious about what we've been doing on Dynasty and maybe don't want to watch through all of the videos I've put out. Kind of have a nice 6-month video like here. If you want to kind of hop in and get your feet wet, this is everything we've done. And then here's teasing what we plan on doing in the future with Dwarfhausen and Phase 2, the seaside village between the portal and our XP village. So it should be a lot of fun. Hey sheep! Yeah, I get that. Whenever I do it, I tend to take elements from my builds and mentally turn them into Lego bits and throw a bunch together to imagine a new thing. See? Exactly. That's a really good way to look at it. Like, I can take this build and that build and kind of throw them together and do all this other stuff. So whatever helps people get people motivated to build more in the world and explore more in their world and do new things is always a good thing. We're gonna wait to sleep, and then I'm gonna sleep, and then I'm gonna AFK for a few minutes and run to the restroom and get some water because I ran out of coffee. And it's time to switch over to water now. But I really hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I appreciate you stopping in, sheep. I hope you stick around. I won't be gone that long, running and grabbing water and stuff like that. Maybe fish while you're waiting for night? Yeah, I like that idea. What the hell did I do with the fishing rod? Oh my gosh, what did I do with the fishing rod? Oh, there it is. It was right in front of me. I might be able to catch at least a fish, maybe. There we go. Hey, we got a cod. See if we get one more and then we'll go to bed. I'm so used to using a fishing rod with like lure 3 and luck of the sea, and you get so many more fish that way. This is like torture. Here we go. Oh, a water bottle. Okay then. We will fish a little bit when I come back too. We'll fish for a little while and see if we can get anything nice out of the water. Maybe we'll go out in our boat and go out on the water and see if we can get anything. But I will be right back while I run to the restroom.
go.
Alrighty, and we're back. Here we go. I feel that so much. Every new world I'm sitting there like, oh, I forgot it's not a 2-second wait. Yeah. Fishing rods be like that in Minecraft. Yeah, I'm wondering what we can find out yonder. I hope the water is refreshing. It's water. Not my favorite, but I try to drink as much as possible. A lily pad, look at that. Now they're just teasing me with junk. Free decorations, yeah. I wish you could craft them. Or bone meal lily pads to get more lily pads. What the hell? There's squid? Can't you see him fishing here? There's so many squids in this ocean. I think that was another cod. It would be nice to be able to make them in some way. It can be such a pain to get some decorative items. Yeah, it definitely can. Why am I getting so many tropical fish? I'm in a cold ocean. I feel like I should be getting more not tropical fish. Seeing how their name is tropical fish, not cold fish. Oh, and a pufferfish. None of which I can eat. At least we got 2 cod. We can cook those up. Another cod. At least we're getting fish we can eat now. Our little island paradise in a world full of icebergs. let's light this up a little bit. Like, I know nothing can spawn on the Mushroom Island, but I still want it to be kind of lit up. Migration is possible, I guess. Yeah, it did definitely look a little scenic from the ocean out there on that shore. We're gonna have all the mushrooms we could ever want, too, which is kind of nice, I guess. Oh, what do we got going on over here? Oh, right, this is where I took all that sand out. I totally forgot. I think this is day 13. Day 17, holy crap. Way further than I thought. But you know what? Why the hell did I do that? I'll cook way faster over there. Oh, that's right. I can't open these because they're mushroom blocks or solid blocks. That's very silly of me. I'm wondering if I should just write down the chords where we're at, and we should just go for a little exploration, because we're clearly not going to find a cave underneath us very easily. 23, negative 860. I guess barrels would be good up there if you don't mind the clashing look. I like using barrels and chests anyways, so it wouldn't clash that bad. Then I can put these out on the deck with the furnaces too. I think using a book and quill would be fun. I always like having an in-world logbook. I'm so old-fashioned, I actually have a notebook and paper on my desk and a pen, because I'm an old person, as we covered. And apparently I have an instinct to unintentionally go west. Because in the negatives is west, and apparently that's like the way we were going when we found this island was west, northwest. Which is weird because I'm from the northeast. To be fair, it's harder to forget if you write it down. Exactly. Exactly. That's how I've managed to fill an entire notebook with stuff. Is that another mushroom island? That would be insane. Nope, just an island. Spruce trees off in the distance. Nothing but food in our boat. 4 pickaxes and 2 axes. See if we can find a village or something. Yeah, I tried that many moons ago. I had a solo world that I started doing Minecraft videos on my PS4, and that series was called Bedrock Survival, and I tried to have a book and quill there with like ideas, like a planning book, and then I just forgot to use it half the time. I found planning boards can be really nice, like taking signs and dedicating a wall and putting like the plan on the wall and then having different things written on different signs can be a lot more helpful for me anyways than like a book and a lectern. Because if it's up on the wall, I have to walk past it in-game, and I like have to see it in-game right there on the wall, especially if I use glow ink. Whereas like a book and a quill, it can like just sit there and you walk past it because it's just a book and a quill, unless you like click on it and read it and then you see. But if it's like on signs, it pretty much slaps you in the face. Oh, there's a cave there. That's a good idea to remember. It's easy to forget one item. Oh, look! Holy shit. I was reading I was reading chat and we come over this crest and here's a frickin' village, which is exactly what I need. Hopefully there's villagers in this village and not just buildings. Oh, that would be amazing. That would be too amazing if you could die string and then have like a Pepe Sylvia sort of a scenario. Get in there. Get in. No. Alright, so I sequestered one of them. Wow, this village is pretty big. Not the biggest village, but it's decent sized. Hello, sir. I'm going to... No, yeah, you stay in there. You don't want to come out here. Bad stuff happens if you come out here. Alright, there's more more villager buildings over there we'll take a look at. I think I sequestered just a baby villager in this house. Is it just you? I think so. I'm half tempted to see where they end up at night and then sequester ones where I can. I think that might be the way to go about it. Because I don't know if I want to take the Fletcher's house or if I want to take the blacksmith or like the armorer house. Yep, go chitty chat. All you guys want. We've got what, 5 of you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a nice little village. I want to see where you guys end up, because there's quite a few of you out here. So there's only one bed in here. Oh no, you're fine. No worries. Nope, just me rambling to myself. Trying to figure out how many villagers there are. I think there's 8. And I want to see if I can try and get them all sequestered into like 1 building or 2 buildings. Oh, there's a... I did not even see you there, dude. Yeah, who knew Minecraft could be that realistic? I'm hoping I got 2 of them to come in here. Good. Because now it doesn't matter if the rest of them die. I have 2 villagers. Oh. No. Go. There. There we go. Oh yeah, free cauldrons. There's a blast furnace in one of these. I'm gonna claim the Fletcher's house. Or the Fletcher's workstation house. It's gonna be mine now. I better eat something. I didn't realize my health was that low. Or my food was that low. I hope they add the potions and cauldrons to Java soon. I do too. There's a lot of things that they should add to Java Minecraft from Bedrock that they just haven't yet. Like, you should be able to dye leather armor in Java any color, like you can in Bedrock. And I don't just mean like the primary dye colors. Like in Bedrock, you can take any 2 colors of dye, mix them together, and get a 3rd color. So theoretically, you can there's like 3,000 some hundred different color combinations you can do to make different shades of different colors in Bedrock in the cauldron, and then dye your leather armor those colors. Yeah, luckily there are a few mods for Bedrock, and I think they have them for Java too, where it removes that weird little like knee pad and like head design thing and the elbow pads from leather armor, because it is a little weird. Because I think we use one of those add-on packs on Dynasty. I can't remember though. Oh, there is a bed up here too. Oh, there's a house up there on the hill I totally missed too. It is a very sprawled village. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. And I'm like finding more and more villagers. They're like hidden in every little nook and cranny in this place. Gotta flip every table. You know what? How do you make a barrel in Java? Alright. Planks and slabs.
Good.
Sorry, my partner's messaging me about lunch. Apparently we're doing Burger King. Alright, I'm gonna finish what I'm doing here real quick. And then I'm going to go AFK for a minute so I can go and discuss lunch Churker Bing options with her. There's nothing wrong with having a Lunchable. How'd you even get up here? I thought you guys couldn't climb ladders. Since when? Since when could villagers climb ladders? When'd you learn that witchcraft, villager? Explain yourself. How? Get down there. Get down there. That's not for you. Up here isn't for you, villager. Get down there. I need to try and get them in this building. Let's see if this works. Well, they just scattered like the wind, didn't they? I took their door. They can't have it. Alright, let's see what's going on with this villager house all the way up here on the hill. And then I will go and discuss noms with my partner. Just a bed. Is there anything else? Am I missing anything else? It doesn't look it. Well, let's just be sure. Take a nice bird's eye view, because apparently it's even got a dock, and there must be a lava source over there, because there's a tree burning down. Holy crap. My bad, sir. Alrighty. I'm gonna go discuss food with my partner, and I will be right back. Alright, and we're back. My order has been placed for Churger Bang. Alright, that worked. About as well as I hoped it would. I managed to sequester 3 more villagers into this building. There might be 4 in there, but there's 3 or 4. Yes, the burger. I'm gonna have a burgie. A spicy chicken sandwich and some fries. Because I love my spicy stuff. I'm like low-key kind of excited about doing the hot ones. Last dab, truth or dab, during the charity stream on December 9th. Because I love hot sauce. And I think it'll be a fun, interesting time to, like, do that. Because it's a not safe for work version of the game. Not safe for work card game. So some of the questions might be a little risque, and we may have to, like, skip over them. Because they might not be things that I can really talk about on stream. But it should be a fun time. Should be interesting. We're thinking of potentially playing Super Bunny Man for a little while. Mostly just because of how frustrating Super Bunny Man can be. And I've never played it, Rose has never played it, but the idea of playing like a super frustrating game that's frustrating sounds fun. To kind of frustrate ourselves for charity. Yeah. So I'll have to make sure that, like, because I can talk about some inappropriate stuff, or like answer inappropriate questions. It's just you got to be careful with the terms of service. I'm not gonna be like talking about anything too crazy or ridiculous. But it does say right on the truth or dab game box that it is not safe for work. So I'm assuming that means there's some questions in there that maybe aren't for everybody, I guess, which will be interesting. Hello, farmer. Frustration and suffering by an adult playing a video game is very fun to watch. I agree. I told Rose that's why a lot of people enjoy our interaction, is because we're very much, she very much gets really frustrated sometimes and gets scared sometimes. I told her it's good cannon fodder for the content because people like watching people squirm. Alright. So we've got a cartographer table. We're gonna need leather and paper for books. So we can make a lectern, so we can try and get some books on the go. But I'm also gonna have to take care of that golem, because I'm gonna have to unalive all of the villagers that aren't currently sequestered in those 2 villager houses. You two have fun. You two having fun while irritating and messing with each other is super entertaining, and her reactions are very lively. They really are. She's my bestie, and I love her to death, and it's definitely fun getting into shenanigans with her, and then also, like, frustrating her, or, like, scaring her, or pranking her. It's fun. I enjoy it a lot. Alright, so I'm gonna straight up take this building down. Or at least part of it. Because I got a plan, see? I got a plan, Stan. gonna need more than 17 stone to do it. It's my bed. You can't have it. As the one who usually gets startled or pranked, it's very fun to see it happen to someone else. It's also very fun when it happens to me, but it's easier being a spectator. That is very true. A few years back, me and my partner went to a couple of haunted hay rides around Halloween. I love telling people this story. She loves going on haunted hay rides and like haunted houses and stuff. We both love Halloween. It's our favorite holiday. And so we went to a couple of haunted hay rides, and even though she really loves them, she gets spooked super easily. So there was a lot of her screaming and yelling because she's getting startled. And then there's me sitting with her like on the haunted hay ride, just laughing my ass off because she is getting startled so much and screaming so loudly, and all I can do is laugh. I hope I get to make memories like that. Just being in your streams always makes me happy and hopeful. I really appreciate that. I know what it's like. It can be, you know, things can be rough sometimes and things can be dark, and it's always nice to be hopeful and optimistic when you can be. Took me a really long time to realize that, kind of come to terms with it. That's what I was afraid of. Oh crap. Well, that'd be okay. I can fix that. I know, you guys have all sorts of space and room now for activities, huh? That's annoying. Oh shit, come on. I know I can do this. Maybe I can't. Here, we'll go like that. I need half slabs, dang it. This is some of the nicest stuff I've ever seen someone do for imprisoned villagers. If you've caught any of my content, you know I'm not huge on the villager trading hall. I'm not big on the 1x1 style trading hall that most people do. I don't know why it bothers me doing that to NPC characters. Even though I know they can't, they don't have any emotions about the fact of being in a 1x1 cell, but I wouldn't want to be in a 1x1 cell, so I don't do that to my villagers usually. I forgot I don't have an elytra. This is hardcore. So I tend to try and sequester them in a building with other villagers, just because I would want to be stuck somewhere with other people, but I also usually leave them in minecarts if I have the ability to. But yeah, I don't like leaving them in like 1x1 holes in a trading hall. It feels nice to be nice to them. It does. I'm one of those people that just, it feels nice to be nice sometimes, and that carries over to NPCs too, I guess. Not just people, but NPCs too. Right, we gotta go like this. There we go. Prefect. Alright, well these four are linked to these beds at least. But that guy must be linked to my bed. Or another bed somewhere. But I think I took out all the beds. It's like how I can't pick the mean options in RPGs. Yeah, I tend to not pick the bad options in RPGs. Although I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've even played an RPG. But yeah, I try to be nice in general to most people and or things. Where's that golem at? I'm trying to take out these villagers without pissing off the golem. We're not gonna say anything to anybody about anything that may or may not have happened. I can neither confirm nor deny that there were 2 villagers in that with those sheep. I only saw sheep. That's all I saw was sheep. So. See, I appreciate you, Ariana. There were no villagers. There are no villagers in Ba Sing Se. There are no villagers in that animal pen, just animals. And the golem up there on the hill didn't see nothing either. Hey, buddy. We're just gonna talk for a sec. Yeah. Why don't you come into my shed? We're just no. You want to be? Yeah. You want to stay inside the shed. So I bet you're wondering why I brought you here. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. It was a very productive conversation. It was a bit one-sided. It was a bit of a one-sided conversation, but ultimately, it was very productive conversation. It was very proactive conversation. It ended well for both parties, in my opinion. I'm not sure how the other party felt, but we can always ask them at a later date how they felt about it. But it felt like a productive means to an end, in my opinion. Can you tell I've worked in corporate America? You know what just hit me? All right, 40 seeds. I need many more seeds. Is this all they had growing up here is wheat? Oh, okay, and they got carrots. And potatoes, cool. I like me some potatoes. potatoes and carrots. Here, we'll plant some carrots up here, and we'll plant some potatoes. No, don't eat the potato. Plant the potato. Potato. I like my potatoes. Looks like we've got a big scary cave over here. I wonder if there's any baddies in that big cave over there. Glad we found this village, and I feel like we're not that far from the Mushroom Island. I'm gonna turn F3 on here in a couple of seconds and just double check, see how far we are. Because I believe I kept moving in a northwesterly direction when we left our island. I need to get some iron, get some gear on the go, get a bucket on the go, so I can get this garden plot looking a little bit better. But I think I unalived all the villagers other than the 5 we have sequestered in our little love shack house up there. Because that's gonna be our little villager breeder here in a little bit. It was a pretty lucky find with how quick it was. It really was. And people can choose to believe me or not, but I have not looked at anything on this seed. I haven't looked at any of it. I don't even know what the seed is. Which I know you can find it on the F3 screen, but I haven't looked at it. I haven't done anything with it on Chunk Base, because I wanted it to be complete fresh surprise. But I feel like my reaction to coming over that hill and seeing that, seeing this village was pretty genuine. I'm not that good of an actor, I promise. Where the hell did you come from? Listen, pal, we gotta talk here in a minute. Because, you shouldn't be here. I'm worried if I unalive him, that golem is so close that golem's gonna aggro on me and kill me. Because that's the last thing I need. You were genuinely surprised I was. I'm glad that translated well over Minecraft and over audio, because I genuinely was really surprised and caught off guard. Oh, you little stinker. Get in there. No, get in there. Get in there. You little brat. Get in there. Oh, shit. Where's the golem? Okay, I don't think he noticed, because we were in the building. Because I don't see him lumbering around the building at all. I'm gonna quickly run out the door and turn. Okay, yeah, dumbass golem didn't even notice. I'm over here smacking your villagers around and you're not even protecting them. You had one job to do, Golem. You can't even do that right. Alright, now I gotta track that villager down. Hi, Mr. Golem. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I'm wondering if I can take care of your buddy here without you noticing what's going on. So let's... No, you little frickin' stinker. It's like you know what I'm trying to do. I'm not used to you swearing. That caught me off guard. I swear sometimes. I do try to keep it pretty family friendly, but I definitely do swear, so people shouldn't, in general, just like as a warning to everybody moving forward. Don't be too startled if you catch me swearing, because I definitely swear a lot. My entire career's in customer service. You don't think I swear? So we're gonna dispose of this villager without this golem knowing and or caring. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't hear anything. There's nothing going on. Pay no attention. I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Golem. You can't prove anything. There's no evidence. And you were standing right there, too. You didn't hear his cries for help? You just stood there, mindlessly. Yeah, you're big dumb oaf. So right after your stream, you spend 5 minutes just swearing at chat. No. Nah. People that comment on my videos and people that comment in the live streams, and you, of course, Ariana, you guys are all great. And I genuinely do mean that. But there are definitely times, especially when I used to take phone calls and work at a call center, there were definitely times where I would get off a really hard call, and I would definitely just sit there and like mutter expletives and swears underneath my breath, which is more calm, cool, and collected than I can say for some of my coworkers. I worked at a call center one time, and there was this girl who would get, like, she had anger issues. She wasn't, like, violent to anybody, or, like, violent to anyone that we worked with, but if she had a really particularly rough call, she would get off the call and then start banging on her desk with her fists, and, like, screaming, like, not really loud, but loud enough that, like, people next to her could hear her swearing, and she would, like, pound her hands against her desk and stuff like that. And, like, that is some wild reaction. Like, I had some people, some really nasty customer service calls where people get under my skin, and yeah, you get pretty upset. But, like, to get so upset that you're, like, pounding your fists against your desk like you're a child, like, you should probably look for other work. And I know and recognize that that's easier said than done, to just, like, find a new job, especially if you live somewhere where maybe there aren't a whole lot of job opportunities. You kind of got to take what you can get. But every time she'd get so frustrated, she'd start bashing her hands against the desk. I'd just think, like, you got to find something different, because you deserve more in your life than getting that frustrated over some petty individual that just wants to make you feel small because they're upset over some stupid, trivial customer service issue. Right. I mean, there were, like, she used to get talked to a lot. I was a team lead at one point. Not of her team, but I was a team lead on the floor, and like I know for a fact that like her manager and her team lead would like pull her aside and talk to her and be like, how do we help you not have this much of a strong reaction, that you're like physically getting violent and hurting your hands and stuff, bashing them against a desk over this job? Like, how do we help you not get that frustrated? And then it did get to a point where like managers and team leads and even coworkers were like talking to her and being like, maybe you should look into other like jobs, because clearly like this is having a really detrimental effect on your physical health and your mental well health, and like you deserve better. She deserved better than put herself through all that. It's what I used to remind my agents all the time when I finally made lead, was like, don't ever let them get to you that bad. And I know that that's easier said than done, but like, you gotta find a way to take that power back. Because when you let petty people like that get you so riled up and so frustrated that you're like banging your fists against the desk, like you're giving those people power over you. And whether you recognize that or not, it's not healthy for you to give that sort of power, like power over you, to random people that are just being entitled little brats on the phone. Because they don't deserve that satisfaction. Especially when they're clearly in the wrong. So I think it's just these 5 villagers now that we've got sequestered in our little Love Shack work office place thing. So once this wheat starts growing, we're going to start making more loaves of bread. That way we can start breeding up some villagers. And so the Mushroom Island's at -2323, -860, and we travel to -3140, -1386. So no, like realistically speaking, the Mushroom Island is not that far from here, and a lot of it is ocean. So it may actually be really simple for us to move some villagers back, because ultimately that's going to be my whole plan. Is we're gonna breed up a couple villagers here and get a few things on the go here, and then we're gonna transport a couple of villagers back to the Mushroom Island so we can make our own village there on the island in our own little like, it's not gonna be a trading hall obviously, because I don't necessarily build trading halls per se, but it's gonna be like a boarding house for the villagers. That is very good advice. I think that was a very good tangent. Thank you. I am nothing if not a tangent maker. So. Now just imagine Rose and my partner have to live with this, with me randomly going on tangents about random stuff. I do have to admit, it's gotten a lot better since therapy. My tangents tend to stay a little bit more connected to one another and not quite as random and sporadic as they might have been before therapizing. You know what? This Java Minecraft is a little loud. that's a little bit more reasonable. I like hearing what you have to say, so I don't think it's too bad of a thing. I appreciate that. I like talking to people. Especially because, like we talked previously, I don't exactly get out much with being immunocompromised and having psoriatic arthritis. I'm on medication that lowers my immune system, so I don't exactly get out very often and do much socializing. And I'm not a very big drinker, so I'm not like a bar person. I'm not gonna go out to the bar to like meet people. That's not really my scene. Maybe every once in a while I'll go to like a bar and grill, or go to like a coffee shop maybe. Is kind of nice. There's a few really nice coffee shops here in Buffalo that I go to maybe every once in a while, but for the most part I don't get out a whole lot because it's just not safe, like we talked earlier with Thanksgiving. I don't know what other people might have out in public, or what kind of illness or sickness they might have, especially with Corona definitely being a thing still, and COVID definitely being a thing still. I have to be wary of my health because no one else is going to do that for me. So, and unfortunately we live in a society that is very individualist in nature, which I'm all about being I'm all about being an individual. As a queer person, I like being an individual. I like being my own self. But at the same time, I also do recognize, and I know it's a bit cliche, but I do recognize that we live in a society. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't look at it like they live in a society and just kind of act like they're an individual, just kind of moving through space and time all on their own, and like their actions and their opinions don't affect anyone else around them, when in reality, your actions affect other people around you, and some actions affect people outside of who you know. Like, some of your actions or some of your opinions may affect people that you may never meet. And yeah, it's important to think about random strangers that you may never meet and their safety. And it feels weird acting like that's a wild concept, to think about people that you'll never meet and their own safety and their safety. And I've gotten ragged on before for like being considerate and realizing I live in a society, and like wearing masks. I wear a mask in public. I wear a mask when I go to the grocery store. I didn't as much during the summer when it was nicer out, but now that we're getting into the cold and flu season and coronavirus is still a huge issue, I'm very much using a mask, and I'm masking in the stores, and I've had people tell me like, oh, you know, you don't have to wear those, right? You know, you don't have to wear a mask anymore. And it's like, how convenient for you to think that way and to be all okay with that. But like, I recognize that there might be people that have immunocompromised family at home and they're running to the grocery store to grab groceries, but they're trying to be safe because they have people at home that they care about. And it's like, I care about my safety and well-being. I don't want to get sick. I'm very thankful that I haven't gotten COVID yet. I haven't had COVID, and it's because of how steadfast I've been with my own safety and my own health. And I know that that's a big thing for a lot of people, but not everybody, unfortunately. I just got the signal, the knock on my office door that food's here. Every action is important. If you want to socialize, something like VR chat might help. You can play seated or on desktop. while it might be a little difficult to find a safe, comfortable space. I've thought about that. I don't have like a VR headset, and VR stuff makes me a little motion sick sometimes, but I have thought about that. Every action is important. Literally everything will affect someone or something else, no matter what. I can't believe people give you crap for caring for others. Some people just don't think, sadly. And that is the sad thing. Like, some people just don't think, and they just don't think about it. And it is really sad. It's super sad. I'm gonna get the rest of this week laid down, and then I think we're actually gonna call it for today, seeing how my lunch is here. And we've been going for about 2.5 hours, which is pretty good. I usually go about 2.5, 3 hours. Alrighty, Ariana, and anyone else who decides to lurk this live stream later. So we made it to 23 days. That's not bad. We're averaging about 10 to 15 days per live stream, which isn't horrible. I'm really still hoping that we can make it to 100 days. Now that we have a village, I feel like that's more of a reality where we'll be able to get to 100 days, as long as I don't do anything stupid and accidentally get myself killed. In the next live stream, next Saturday, we might do the hardcore, or I might get wild and crazy and stream twice in one day. Who knows? We'll see how my energy's doing. But if I stream twice next Saturday, we'll do a Dynasty SMP stream where I work on Dwarfhausen, and then we'll do some more in this hardcore world, because I'm really starting to dig this. Now that we've got some villagers and we've got some other stuff on the go, it feels a little bit more motivating than it did however many months ago when we were in the hardcore world. So I might stream twice next week. I might stream later today too, depends on how my energy levels are feeling. But yeah, I really appreciate you hanging out, Ariana. It's always great to talk, and it's always great to have you here. Keep an eye out on the channel for video content coming soon, TM. And I really hope you have a wonderful day. I hope everyone has a wonderful day and a beautiful tomorrow. Thank you for streaming. Thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. It's always happy to be here. I always have a blast too, and I'm always grateful for the interaction with everybody too. I'm gonna definitely try and enjoy my food, and I hope you have a great week. I hope anyone that checks this out has a great week and has a good turkey day and eats tons of good food. Even if we're not necessarily all chill with the holiday as a whole, it is still a convenient time to be thankful for what we have and the people we have in our lives. And I definitely have a lot to be thankful for this year. So yeah, it should be a good week. I hope everyone has a great week. I hope you have a great week, Ariana. And yeah, everyone have a wonderful day and a beautiful tomorrow. And I'll catch you guys when I catch you guys. Later.